Hello, you're listening to No Kids, No Pain. I'm Romina Puma.
And I'm Luca Cupani, and this podcast is about the choice of being child-free.
Each week we will explore the topic of choosing not to have kids.
And we would love to hear from you too.
If you decide to be child-free,
Don't feel guilty, this is the podcast for you.
and if you have kids,
Here's what you're missing out.
welcome to a new episode of No Kids, No Pain. I'm here as usual with my partner in crime,
Yes.
Luca Cupani.
Hi Romina. Yes,
Hi.
we are back after a short trip to Italy. I was in Italy for a few days. And what are we talking about today?
Well, you said you came back, and as soon as you came back, you went to cinema. And you went to see Barbie.
Yes, the movie Barbie, and I liked it.
Yeah?
Yes, it's
good.
And I at the beginning, I don't want to give spoiler. I don't know when you.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, when you listen to this episode, maybe you've already watched it. Maybe it will be already. Who knows? So I don't want to give any spoiler. But the beginning is a sort of a tribute to the opening of a famous Kubrick movie, to Space Odyssey 2001.
Okay.
For those who don't remember, there's in the movie there was in the Kubrick movie there's they imagine that the first man sort of when they were they were similar to monkeys.
Okay.
They see a monolith, a giant mysterious thing coming from the space that makes them start a sort of evolution in becoming humans.
Yeah.
So what happened in this movie? They show that the original dolls for girls were just little kids, because the purpose of these dolls was to teach little girls how to become mothers. And do their house chores, ironing and changing napkins and things.
Yeah.
And then a huge
Light came down or something like
and
that.
it's as a Barbie, which is not a little baby. She's a grown-up woman, and then
independent.
yes,
And beautiful.
exactly, and she knows how to take care of herself in a way, and so that's how the movie starts in a way. But it made me think about it, because it's true that even with toys we had this idea that they have to prepare young
They
women
prepare you for life,
for motherhood.
for motherhood. Yeah.
And it's refreshing that in the movie you also have in the movie the positive mother figure and the relationship with mother and daughter. This exists, of course, also because I understand it's a product that has to appeal to families as well.
Yeah.
But I loved that it is perfectly normal even to be yourself without having kids. You can be your own Barbie if you want, and you don't need to you don't need to complete yourself in a by giving birth to someone. You're good the way you are.
Yeah.
Which is sort of revolutionary, if you think, because we still have sometimes to resist this sort of tension. For men it's slightly easier.
Yeah.
For women I think it's way more
But in the
strong.
movie there is Ken, isn't it?
Oh yes,
There's
there is
Ryan
Ken.
Gosling.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, and what does he do?
He is pretty useless, although
Well,
it changed.
as men are pretty.
Yeah, he's pretty useless at the beginning, and then he brings patriarchy in the world of Barbie Land.
Patriarchy.
Yes, because he goes to I don't want to give spoiler, but
I like spoilers, so we said there is a spoiler.
in the real world he finds out about how real world is male dominated, and then men can do everything they want, and
Then when he goes back to Barbie Land, not so much.
because he wants to be in charge, and that's but then he doesn't have an identity himself, because he is a sort of he moves from a stereotype to another one, if you want. So the stereotype of the man who rides horses, or he's in charge of it's.
Have I ever told you how my Ken ended up?
No.
Mine ended up in a wheelchair.
Oh wow.
Funny enough, we knew. I didn't know at that time that I was disabled because, well, my condition.
Did you make a little wheelchair?
I just sat him in a chair. I didn't have a wheelchair.
Okay.
But it happened when I was celebrating the wedding between Barbie and Ken. And you know, in church that you need to kneel down.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
moments that you go down on your knees. And so I was putting him with the legs, and it was a little bit stiff, so it went crack, and he broke in two. And I was like, oops, oh Barbie, now you have a disabled husband.
So because do they bend at the legs? And I don't think so.
Well, Barbie, yes, I think a little bit. They bend a little. Or maybe not. They're very. And I was trying too hard, and I can't remember. It was too many years.
But
ago.
you only broke Ken. You didn't break Barbie because
No.
because he was the first to go on his knee, and so
Probably.
then you said I broke Ken. Okay, let's keep
But
Barbie
I was
safe.
really, really looking after and taking care of Barbie because it took me quite some time to get the real deal. Because my mum was always getting me the fake ones.
Yeah,
and so what I was doing to the fake ones, I was chopping off their hair, cutting off their head, and throwing them in the toilet.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's in the movie. There's also, one of the characters I prefer, the weird Barbie, which is the Barbie that is subjected to all those sort of, if you want, abuse from their owners, and so the handlers. I don't know how to define.
Yeah.
But it is no, I like it. That should so.
But they never done a pregnant Barbie.
I think they did.
They
In the
did?
movie they
I never
show, but in the movie I never played with Barbies, so I was always wondering. So there are also how do they call it? The discontinued Barbies, those who were out of production.
Okay.
They are experiments they tried.
Uh-huh.
There was a Barbie that, in a way, gets puberty. So if you raise her arm, the breast
Is bigger.
is bigger. Yes, sort of becomes a
Well,
teenager.
her breast was already. I think it was good enough.
There were a weird model
I've gone a bigger breast.
No, but yeah, there were some Barbies.
Yeah,
Or
because in a way, I don't recall a pregnant Barbie, to be honest, but I remember that there was some, some people complaining about the stereotype of Barbie because, it for girls that they play with Barbie, she is kind of our model, right? And she is perfection. And it doesn't really give the right, kind of the right message, of life, because we are not perfect like that. Like some have, like bigger breasts, smaller breasts,
in the movie,
bigger.
In the movie, they address this as well. I think Mattel, who produces the movie, and Barbie, they have been very smart at both taking themselves not so seriously. They are the villains sometimes in a way. They admit their flaws, and this Will Ferrell plays the CEO of Mattel.
Oh yeah.
And so it's a very clever way, because if you take yourself less seriously, then you can address the elephant in the room, and somehow being on the funny and friendly side. So you portray yourself as a sort of a villain, but in a friendly way. That, of course, it's a commercial product.
Yeah, but in the end of the day, Barbie is an independent woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's the most important.
I don't think she wants kids.
And she is the center of our universe. That's what's interesting. And in the movie, it reflects the main characters are female, and Ken is a sort of the antagonist, but it's not. It's a story told through the lens of a woman who doesn't necessarily need to be a mother. So I liked this the sort of possibilities. That, of course, they do not. You can be anything you want, and you can be an independent woman and a mother, of course. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't.
It is not like a must. That
Yes.
one goes with the other. You can do one or the other or both.
Yeah, it's not a problem, and I think it's refreshing. And also, of course, it's weird because Barbie is a toy, so toy that is used by girls when they are still in a family as a daughter, so our kids, children.
Yeah.
So we are in a podcast where we talk about not having kids. So ideally, we wouldn't buy any Barbie to any kids because we don't have them. We could buy for our nephews and nieces, but it was good to see a movie where they celebrate the sort of independence and they celebrate that.
And what was she doing? Any job? Because I remember there were like different Barbies that they had different jobs or something like that.
Yeah, she was the stereotypical. So Margot Robbie is the stereotypical Barbie.
Barbie, like
So
a model, let's say.
she doesn't really have a job.
She's just rich.
Nobody knows how she gets what she gets. So the car and the airplane, and nobody really. It's a weird economy.
Yeah, in Barbie Land.
But it's funny. It's beautiful. It's pink and glitters.
Yeah. Did you dress up in pink?
No. It was a last minute decision to go and see the movie, so we weren't prepared.
And probably you were pink from the sun.
A bit, but there were people. There were a group of friends. One was they were all dressed in pink. So that was interesting. And more women than men in the cinema.
I'm not surprised.
Unsurprisingly. No, but it's interesting for men as well.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing.
Good. Yeah, so we celebrate Barbie as an independent woman.
Yeah, and I like to think that maybe if you're a young girl and you're playing with your Barbies, maybe you play and your Barbie is a mom as well. I like for them to grow up thinking they can do whatever they want and they don't have to be moms if this is not what they feel like doing. It's not.
You can play with Barbie and play. I'm lawyer Barbie, or I'm I don't know, scientist Barbie.
Yeah, and you can if you feel I really want to be scientist Barbie. I want in the future to be a great scientist and have lots of kids. Well,
have you ever played with dolls?
Well, we had something called Big Jim in Italy.
Big Jim, which is a sort of a Ken in a way.
Is a celibate. Is a Ken without female friends. A bit sad. He just goes pretending he's saving the world. He plays the secret agent or the astronaut. But is a bit.
No, I played a lot
lonely.
with cars. The automobile, with the remote control.
Oh yeah, yes.
I loved playing with cars. I had a Jeep, and I had more male-orientated toys rather than female.
I like the robot, but again, growing up watching Japanese cartoon animation.
Yeah, in Italy we're very high on manga stuff.
Yes, and most of the characters.
Did you know that they are edited? Because originally manga cartoons are very. They are more oriented to sexual stuff.
There's the Italian version was redacted.
It's been
children.
edited for children.
But they had most of them were orphans.
Yeah,
so that was
very
also.
sad.
But it was good because you don't feel. I mean, if you were a parent, you would die in episode 1, or you would be already dead before even the series started. And usually you had more simple tasks like saving the universe rather than raising a kid. And so I can do. You can't really save the planet if you have to feed your kid back home. You're driving a huge. You're the pilot of a robot. Come on, you can't do normal stuff like let's pick up your child from school. No, I'm fighting against alien.
Yeah.
My child is lucky enough if I don't crash against his school with my huge robot. So yeah, it was safer not to have kids with the things I was watching.
It's always safer. Anyway, I think we have come to the end of this episode. Let us know if you seen the movie.
If you agree with what I think, if you think that is a good model or is not a good model, if you would like to have kids just to give them your Barbie collection, or if you are afraid that if you have kids,
I don't.
That if you have kids, you love to share your Barbies with them, and maybe you don't want to share with them.
Because some people, they have collection of these toys, and the thing they really don't want is the kids to get anywhere near those, because they become a collection.
Oh yes, then they might break it, and no,
because they cost a fortune if they are, a very good
precious
piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so you let us know. You can get in touch as usual by email, nokidsnopain@gmail.com,
or on Instagram and Twitter is nokidsnopain, and that's one word. So let us know, and have a great week. See you next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.